Well, by golly, everybody, happy day to you. This is the Comedy Thief. We steal everything that you're going to hear and see today. That's the story. It's a joke thing. Anyway, beside me, Doctor, say hello to our wonderful audience.
Well, guten Tag, everybody. I hope you're having a nice day, and this can only make it better.
Indeed, indeed. And below me is a homeless Charlie. You're looking lovely, and your mustache is much more traditional. Say hello to our video audience.
Well, hello to our video audience.
Now, what we do is we tell jokes, as I said, you laugh hysterically, but before we do that, we have a point of conversation just between the three of us. I keep waving this around. I'm going to poke myself in the eye. So the first point of conversation, Dr. Fatbacker, is your girlfriend, it was a medical thing, starts taking hemorrhoids and is...
Well, I have no problem with that.
I think we should start the video over is what we ought to do. Your girlfriend started taking steroids, and she's been doing so for 3 months, and now she's got a full beard, a hairy chest, and a very low voice. What on earth are you going to do or say?
Well, I'm telling you, from my point of view, it was better than hemorrhoids. But I would obviously, I would say to her, if I was looking for that particular look, I would have started dating your brother.
Exactly. Okay, homeless Charlie, your girlfriend starts taking steroids for 3 long months, and now she has a full beard, a hairy chest, and a very low voice. What are you going to do in this situation?
I think I would convince her to have a complete transformation and become a real guy, and then I could introduce her to my 3 unmarried daughters.
Well, that is a lovely thing. Well, if my girlfriend started taking steroids,
yeah,
and ended up with a full beard and a hairy chest and a very low voice, you know what I would do?
No.
I would.
No, pray tell.
Well, I thank you for asking. I would hire her as a bodyguard. That's what I would do. And then I'd get her a role in the very latest, what's that gorilla movie?
Godzilla?
No.
King Kong?
King Kong. Anyway, what the hell? Dr. Fatpacker, tell us a couple of bad jokes.
Oh, have I got a couple of bad jokes for you. So these 2 penguins walk into a bar, which is crazy because, the second penguin should have seen it.
Walked into oh, that is bad.
There you go. How about, what do you call a snake wearing a hard hat?
I don't know.
A boa constrictor.
A boa constrictor. Now I like that one. That's a good one. Homeless Charlie, tell us a joke.
Well, I'll tell you, if this ever happens to you, if a bear has you stuck in a tree, what you do is you try to pee in its eye. Now, this takes practice because bears have tiny eyes.
Yes.
But if you pull it off, you can say you did something impressive before you died.
Well, indeed you would. Well, they've just come out with a brand new vehicle.
Yeah.
It's all electric, and it's called an elephant. Okay. Now, the engine is a little undersized, but you should see the size of that trunk. That's what you should see.
Oh,
Dr. Fatpacker, your turn.
You could see that coming from a mile away, I'm telling you.
A trunk away.
Here we go. A ventriloquist is sitting on a stage at a comedy club, right?
Yes.
He and his dummy are spurting out really crude blonde jokes.
Oh.
And a blonde lady in the audience sits up and she goes, I am so sick of people who think blondes are stupid. It's because of you that I have had to try harder to prove myself at work and in the community. There are just so many dumb people with red or brown hair. There are just as many smart people with blonde hair.
Yeah.
Ventriloquist looks at her and he says, "Gosh, miss, I'm terribly sorry. I was just telling jokes. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings." And she looked up and she goes, "Shut up. Not talking to you. I'm talking to that little jerk on your lap."
Yeah. And everybody thinks that blondes are stupid.
Yeah, come on.
Homeless Charlie, tell us a joke.
Well, I heard that Dr. Oz says that rubbing coffee grounds on your naked body prevents cellulite.
Oh,
Well, apparently you can't do that in Starbucks. And now the cops are here.
the cops are here. So, gentlemen, what do you get if you cross a dinosaur with a pig?
With a what?
A pig. What do you get if you cross a dinosaur with a pig? And the answer is you get Jurassic pork.
And apparently a lot of it.
Dr. Fatpacker, tell us a joke.
I'm telling you, I asked this woman the other day that I met on the internet. I asked her, send me a naked picture. So she sent me a picture of her cat. The cat wasn't wearing any clothes.
Well, there you go. That's and you got all excited and then nothing.
Yeah.
I've got a great response, but we can't use it on this video. That's not.
Oh, well, I'll talk to you later.
We'll talk off air. Homeless Charlie, tell us a joke.
Well, I found out it's been determined that the most used sexual position for married couples is a doggy position. The husband sits up and begs, and the wife rolls over and plays dead.
That's the doggy position. I didn't know
I like that. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, you guys may know I have a summer car and I'm bringing out of storage, at the end of the week. It's very exciting. And I was filling out today the registration form. And as I put in my name, I put my address, and then I had to check a box and fill out, the box said sex. And so I wrote in rarely. That's what I wrote into that box, so to speak. Dr. Fatpacker.
So I know this guy that goes fishing every Saturday morning. He gets up early when he makes his lunch and he hooks up his boat and off he goes all day long. Well, one Saturday, he gets up early and dresses quietly, and he gets his lunch made and he goes to the garage to hook up his boat.
Yep.
But it was raining so hard, so he backs up and returns to the garage. He comes back into the house and he quietly undresses and slips back into bed. And then he starts cuddling up with his wife, and now he has a really kind of different anticipation. And he whispers, "The weather out there is terrible." And she goes, "Can you believe it? My stupid husband is out fishing in that."
Oh, and that's when
the fight happened. Jawohl.
there you go. Homeless Charlie, tell us a joke.
Well, this guy goes to a restaurant and he says, "Waitress, can I ask you something about the menu, please?" And the waitress replied, "The men I please are none of your damn business."
Well, this isn't a joke necessarily, but I met a fellow the other day at a restaurant, and his name was Al, and his last name was Paca. Now, what kind of a coincidence is that? The only thing the clue that I got, he was very hairy from the top of his head all the way down to his tippy toes.
Well, there you are.
There's no joke, folks, except this guy's real. So he's shorter than Sasquatch. And he's not quite as fast. I
know.
Dr. Fatpacker, get me out of this.
Well, I asked a man at the bar the other day what he did for a living, and he said, "I follow the medical profession." And I said, "Are you a doctor also?" He goes, "No, I'm an undertaker."
Oh, indeed. Oh, my goodness. Yes. Undertaker. Do you have any Undertaker jokes, Charlie? Hello?
No, I don't. I heard a young boy in Walmart the other day ask his mother, said, "Hey, Mom, what exactly is marriage?" And she replied, "Well, marriage is just a fancy word for adopting an overgrown male child who cannot be handled by his parents anymore."
No, that's what it's called.
The women should
Well,
like,
gentlemen, on a more personal note, there are 3 types of farts, and I'll bet you didn't know what they were, right? One is soprano, like a bleep, and that means you're perfectly safe. All right. Number 2 is tenor. Tenor. It's like 5 times 2. It's a tenor. But anyway, that everything is flowing beautifully. Okay. And then there's the bass. Now, the bass fart means you better run at 60 miles an hour for the bathroom. That's the 3 types of farts that we have.
Oh,
Dr. Fatpacker, your last one.
oh, Val, this woman was in the hospital and she gave birth to a baby. And afterwards, I went in and I said, "I have to tell you something about your baby." And the woman goes, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I said, "Well, now nothing's wrong exactly,
Oh.
but your baby is a little bit different. Your baby is a hermaphrodite." And the woman goes, "What? I don't understand." And he goes, "Well, it seems your baby has the features of a male and a female." And the woman goes, "Oh my God, you mean he has a penis and a brain?"
Ladies, you'll love that one.
Yeah.
We might have to repeat it sometime in the near future. Almost Charlie, this is your last one.
Well, I was sitting in the park the other day and there were 2 guys on a bench talking to each other. And one said, "So, how's the missus doing?" And he said, "Well, yesterday she left me for my best friend, Mike." He said, "What? Since when is Mike your best friend?" He said, "Since yesterday."
Since yesterday. Well, because of the high expanding prices of food, I went out yesterday and I bought a hen.
Oh.
So I can get eggs free. And I was debating what to call my hen, So I finally ended up with, it was either like mommy, but I finally came up with Mother Clucker. That's what I came up with. So anyway, we're done. We're out of here. We're glad that you watched. And oh, wait a minute, I almost forgot. We invite a very famous person to be on our very next video. And the person we're going to invite, guys, is a very famous former president, Dwight Eisenhower. So Dwight, we want you to check in with Funny Old Guys. You'll be on our very next video.
Excuse me. Yeah, jawohl, yeah.
What?
I think Dwight Eisenhower is dead. He's kaput. Yeah. What
He's dead?
Close, yeah.
Well,
don't
then,
you Google these things?
We can't invite him. How about Mamie?
Oh, I guess not.
Is Mamie dead?
I believe so, yeah. But they were old people last century.
We can't invite either one of them. Do we know anybody else named Eisenhower? I don't think so.
And there, John, no, that was Rockefeller. Never mind.
Oh, no. Executive decision. We're going to invite nobody. That's who.
Oh, I like him.
So this is the Comedy Thief saying goodbye. Pass it along to Dr. Fatpacker for his farewell as well.
Well, good Abend, everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Oh, before you leave, please check down below and see if you click that little box that says subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. It doesn't say it 3 times, just me. Choose. You know, you keep trying that and the orchestra just doesn't come through for you.
It doesn't. So Homeless Charlie, say goodbye to our enormous crowd of video watchers.
Ooh.
Hey, goodbye to our large audience of video watchers.
Close enough. Everybody wave goodbye. We'll see you down the road. Everybody wave goodbye.